See, the breath fills all the places in us that we've been missing. And when we're missing the pressure, we're missing the pleasure. So when we're missing the pleasure, we're missing the pressure, baby. So that's what I'm showing you, is how to pressurize yourself. No one's ever shown you that. It's like, whoa, I've been missing it all along. I've been driving the wheel and just didn't know where I was going, just driving down the road. Your road is 360, baby. So your whole body is 360. You got to be able to breathe through your fingers, tips to your toes. So see, when you hit that right place in your brain, it goes down and fills your entire body. So your body gets excited. See, no one's ever shown you how to get excited over the breath. And I'm showing you right now how to get excited about doing brain breathing to excite the whole body's experience. So you want to experience the whole body, you got to breathe into the brain. So yeah, baby, I like rattling, reeling on it, and being like, whoa, I'm getting high in my own supply, baby. I'm getting loaded, and I don't know why, but I do know why, because I'm taking a knife and I'm opening my body to a higher and deeper breath, so that the body feels the pressure. So you want to be able to take a breath so deep, you deeply and hold it. See? So now you're taking inhale, fill, full. You're in holding the breath. What do you do with it? What do I do with my breath now? You inhale more. That's right. So after you've inhaled, you keep the pressure, you keep the opening of the tissues open and the lungs open to receive more, even though you can't breathe more. So that's the second part of the breath. Now you're full, and you just keep breathing for as long as you're able to maintain relaxation. See? So the deeper you can relax, the deeper you can go, baby. You can flow deeper into sinking in and going, whoa, I'm filled to the brim, and I'm still filling. And you're filling, and now the tissues in the fingertips will feel it. And no one's ever told you how to breathe into your fingertips until you breathe into all your body and hold it. It takes over 10 seconds for the whole body to go, oh, and then feel and feel it. So when you see me taking a breath, and I'm holding it, and I'm letting it go, and I'm just letting it build. It takes 10 seconds or more for the blood to just get to the brain, and the brain starts to feel. That's the place where you want to start examining the heartbeat. You see, when you examine the heartbeat, you go, whoa, and there is the pleasure of the experience of blowing your brain. Blowing, it creates a blood pressure, and if you can live to love to enjoy it, and we all enjoy getting a little high in life, a little stimulation, a little sugar, caffeine, you can name all, overeating, pleasure eating, junk food eating. When you get those pleasures, it turns your brain on. This is what this practice does, is it turns your brain onto the breath so that you blow your brain up and you feel the pleasure of when anytime anybody hits a cigarette or marijuana, or when you shock your body, when you drink some heavy soda, you shock your body, it inflames it, and you get a pleasure principle, right? We're creating pleasure with the breath. That's right. I'm the number one drug dealer. This breath is the number one drug dealer. So if you can blow your brain through holding the breath and maintain that for 45, 35, 25, 105, as many fives that you can put your cigarettes around, you can put your mind around. So when you do this breath properly, you're going to give up cigarettes. You're going to give up the caffeine. You're going to give up these things that are actually toxic to your body, that raise your blood pressure, that actually drain you. I'm showing you I'm showing you right now how to not kill yourself and get high on your own blood and breath pressure. And you're doing it by drinking caffeine and doing those other things that, oh wow, pleasure temporarily, and you got to keep maintaining it. Well, you're going to breathe anyways. You have to breathe anyway, so you might as well breathe as deep as you possibly can. Because when you can breathe as possibly as deeply as possibly as you can, then you can really grasp the breath and really feel it work its way into you to where you're like an accordion. So you want your ribs, my friends. See, watch my ribs, okay? It's not like they're butterflies. See, they're moving. See, reality is, as you get older, the ribs sit and sedimentate, and then you're stuck. You want the ribs to move with every breath. And then when that happens, it opens the spine up to every breath. And then you feel, oh, okay, I'm not as old as I feel. I'm almost 60. I'm almost 60 years old. And because yoga can heal anything, and I understand yoga like I understand why we're here. We're here to be the ultimate PlayStation in life. We're meant to actually take the time to enjoy being in this body. No depression, no unhappiness, no disappointment. You're like, whoa, I'm really here. I'm really enjoying myself. Wow, how can I make myself enjoy life better? Well, get involved in it. Get to write. Really, your work really is, what is your work? What is your work? You're doing it every moment, and still your cells are doing it their thing. Your blood is doing this thing. Your heart's doing this thing. And you're like, da, 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 da. And I'm telling you, we're all out of control. We're just all out of control. We're just blowing our mind, just lollygagging around. And, we're just like blowing around. We're like, just cruising through life. Yada, 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 yada. What is going on here? Why do we do useless things? I'm telling you to get down and dirty, get deep into what you do every 14 to 18, 16, 14 to 18 times a minute. The average person breathes. So I'd like you to really look into your breath. How many breaths do you take? You take like little guppy breaths. What if you were to take a breath like look how full the whale is. See, your breath is 5 seconds later. 5 seconds later. Examine your breath right now. Don't waste your time. See what you're doing right now, and you're doing it every moment. And I'm like waking you up to right now. What is the bones of freaking truth? What's the bones of truth? You see these dead animals all around? This is because we should live in the bones. We should be living not in the flesh. The flesh wants pleasure. The flesh wants sugar, sweet, caffeinated. It wants enjoyment. It wants to look at things. It basically wants to stimulate itself because it's not happy. When you're happy and you're doing it 14 to 18 times every minute, the breath should be captivating. It should be exhilarating. It should be invigorating. It should be like, you should be so addicted to your breath that you can be breathing or not. You can do like I do. I want to see when I go to sleep. It's like no breath at all. It's like if you can achieve the relaxed state in the breath as you're breathing. So the average, I go 30, 45 a minute between breaths, and I'm holding the breath. 2 or 3 minutes on average, it's not any problem at all. When your structure, when your body's no longer collapsed, when you can start to open your ribs with every breath, then you'll get the secret to yoga. Okay, I'm going to reveal a secret. I'm going to pull a secret out of my bag, baby, and I'm going to show you something that you're missing. You know what I mean? We're missing it, baby. We're missing it. We are missing it. We are missing what I'm going to show you right now. We're missing the breath, baby. we're missing the intimacy of the breath that makes pleasure, and that's where we're going. That's where we want to strive for. This is the secret to yoga. Every joint, listen, the secret is that every joint needs to move every way, every day. You want to study yoga? You want to go to school and look at a book and read? I'll condense it down to just melting pot. The melting pot is, baby, that. And every joint moves every way, every day. Then you don't get locked up and tight and start feeling old. Age is determined by restriction in our study of the body. One side is aching, the second side is aching, and then you hold that. It's all tension. See, what I'm showing you in today's class is how to remove all your tension and just have a long jaw, relax. Because that's your crux point. You don't know this. This is the axis mundi. No one tells us, talks about the jaw. In our school, one of the pillars is that the jaw must be completely relaxed. You should put all your attention on relaxing and just being long and full and just like a river, like a waterfall. It constantly wants to lock up. It's constantly, check this out. No one ever told you this. That you cannot have a thought. I can't have a thought if my jaw is completely relaxed. So the reason you think is because your jaw is tight. Try it right now. Try to have a thought. You can keep your jaw relaxed for a few minutes. Just leave it relaxed and see. As soon as you have a thought, your jaw is starting to tighten up because this trigger point, when it's long and relaxed, it goes down to your heart. Your heart doesn't have to put pressure. So your heart actually is in your mind. Your mind and your heart are one. So you can relax here through the mind saying relax. I don't need to put tension here. Relax drops the energy to the heart. The heart goes, I don't have to work so hard. So it beats way less. I'm telling you, Bart, your heart. See, I've cracked the code, I believe. But, when you understand the breath and the heart relationship and gravity and pressure, then you realize, oh, I'm creating all this tension and pressure and everything. I don't even realize it. I'm going through life, driving around, don't even realize anything. I'm going, blah, blah, blah. You're driving and you don't realize how to access all the tools and the oil and the maintenance and the air pressure and the air conditioner and all the things that require a nice warm seat and you can drive in pleasure. I'm showing you how to drive in pleasure. Enjoy the pleasure every moment with your breath. So if you're breathing 14 times a minute, and I'm breathing 3 to 6, do the math. I'm over almost 60, and I'm like, don't feel it. Because I'm in a different buoyancy of understanding where the breath is going in, and you don't realize where you're putting the breath to really analyze it. You really get it. Really get it. You blow your mind and go, oh my God, I want to find out about this information. Just tell me at least a bit so I can get started. Join our school. Right down here. You just check it out and understand this is a club, baby. We're a secret club. And we want to just share the things that will get the breath to where you get the intimacy and the trajectory and the alignment. So that's why we do weekly Zoom classes. So you can just join us there and just really understand. If I'm not understanding the breath, you ask me, why am I not finding pleasure, Zen? You'll ask me that. And I'm like, well, let's go over it. You're not finding pleasure in your breath, but I have found it in mine. And how I found it and what I'm doing is what you're not doing. We're going to show you what you need to do so you can get that breath to where it rattles the brain. Okay? So now we're going to rattle the brain and you're going to be like, yeah, I really get it, Zen. Because when you breathe in, my friend, you hit right here. If you're not hitting here, you're not breathing hard enough. You're not breathing, but you restrict the air. I'm not just going, that's what everyone does. Everyone goes, No, you restrict the breath, you lengthen the breath. At least you're trying to get to 8 heartbeats. Okay, on the breath. This is why it's a school. You need to see that where am I going, and how do I get there in steps. So right now, I want you to check out your breath. Check it out right now. Take a breath and see how many heartbeats you get. That's right. How do you find the heartbeat? Or you go right here, you go right here. Where, to find it properly, you close one ear and you inhale. Okay? You listen to how many heartbeats that you get. And how many heartbeats determines how length of your breath. Oh wow, Zen, nobody's ever told me that. Wow. I'm telling you because when you get that, then you got the whole pillar of the 5 pillars, and you grasp that, and you're like, whoa, okay, that makes me that gives me a foundation. So you're hearing the foundations right now, my friend. You're really getting what I want to pleasure size your breath. So you get the breath to where, I find pleasure in it. So when you hit it right, and if you're not hitting it right, you're not restricting the breath and breathing through your third eye. And then when you start to feel that, there you go. You want to sound like. And then when you find pleasure there, it goes to your body, and then you start to change your whole life. Immediately, one breath done properly, and you will be like, I'm well along. I want to continue this. So when you can get your breath down right now, when you found your breath, you can find it also here. You can find it here. When I close both ears, I can hear the thumping. I can hear the thump, 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 thump. You want to get so intimate with your blood pressure going that it becomes a part of you. It becomes your daily task is to go from your heartbeat to the world. So when you're doing your work, whatever, you're in touch with your breath, so you're in touch with your heart. Everything's in your life is going to change. Everything's going to start altering itself. But it just starts with getting to the heartbeat. Making it all so long, so filled. And then when you're not doing anything, you can really focus on that emptiness. You hold that breath forever. You let it go and go and go. You're so relaxed into it. You'll be like, you inhale forever. So that's it. You're inhaling forever. And when you have to come back to center, you exhale, and you know what to do. Because you find pleasure in exhaling into your partner. So that's another pillar of understanding what you're doing with the breath. What are you doing with the breath? Where's it going? Now I'm sharing with you where it's going, what it's doing. Everything is like going off on. So when you find that pillar, you'll find her. So when you're exhaling, because what are you doing with the breath? You're taking the breath and you're sending it out 16 inches. See my elbow. You want about 16 inches is where you want to be sending that breath. When you sent that breath right there, I'm telling you, it's going to change your trip. Because everything is connected. And I'm just showing you how to breathe, but I've been showing you how to extend the breath 16 inches. And the exact position and placement and visualization that I want you to have behind your eyes. I want you to visualize the exact partner, face, being, whoever that you find is. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God. I see you. I feel you. I feel the Mary. I feel the exact partner that you want, loving you, looking right back at you, 16 inches away. And that's your exhalation of your intention. You got it. Got it? So if you can get that breath coming out there, and then as you inhale, it's coming from out here back into you. So you create this relationship. And that relationship goes 16 inches out, all sides, and amplifies. As time goes, it gets bigger like a bubble. You're bubbling everywhere. You be like, oh, and then just one big air bubble, baby. I can't handle it. My nipples are getting hard. So you start to feel the pleasure of the body. One doesn't get the pleasure until they really understand that they got a body. You got this body. How much did you take care of it? See, we're all wearing the cross, baby. We all have the cross to carry, and that's the body. That's the body of Christ. So we want to be so close to Christ, visualizing that energy of what it is and how he transformed. It's a metaphor. No matter what religion or ideas that you have about anything, it's an idea of creation. That, and in this example, the cross is something we have to bear, and when we bear it with pleasure, see, that's the other thing. You know that the wages of sin are death, and that we're all sinners down here. We're all plagued with our own selfishness and neediness. So when we claim that, I'm telling you, it's going to change how I feel. Is that the body is the cross and I carry it. If I can find pleasure in the cross, pleasure in carrying it wherever I go. You're already breathing, my friend, so you might as well breathe into the pleasure principle. The second part of the breath. See, when you get this down, then you'll be like, okay, I understand what intoxicating breath is. This is what I'm sharing with you, is how to get high on the breath so you feel it come in and you feel the pressure. See, if I could tell you where the exact place, the exact vagina, the exact sexual thing inside your brain, if you could hit that with every breath that I'm showing you, that's why we have a school. Please join us, because when you join this club and it's free, you'll be able to get it. And if you don't get it, you ask questions and come to my weekly classes, and I can tell you how to get into the brain and find pleasure in the breath. So as you're oscillating that internal vagina, that internal place of receptivity, then the body will find pleasure, and you'll find pleasure, and you won't have any more depressed thoughts. I mean, all depression will go, because you will see that you're responsible with it. And you're responsible for breathing anyway, so you might as well do it right. And I'm sharing with you 101, no textbook at this moment, but baby, we got a school and we're trying to do it the best way we can to get it out to people. Otherwise, you'll just be killing yourself. Every breath we waste our time, we're just killing ourselves. And why we're killing ourselves? Because we're not finding pleasure. And no one's ever shown us pleasure, but I'm sharing with it to you. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not even worthy enough to, I can't even help anybody else other than myself. I've been doing this for years, long enough to where I feel like, some of my chains have been broken. Yeah. I live in nature, under a tarp, under a tree for years and years, and I find that when you're remote and your body's really necessarily distracted, no distraction, no cars, nothing to get into, pay anybody, don't see anyone. I have less chains. I realized I've broken a few chains and got literally like away from the death cult. And the death cult comes down to food, where you get it, what it comes from, how it was grown. Everything's suspect. And I'm not eating commercial food anymore. It's completely changed my consciousness. I mean, like, I'm not like anybody else. Unless you're eating food that trees you can touch. Check this out. When you start eating food, trees you can touch, it's crazy. Your mind just becomes so much serious. No one's ever told me this on the internet anywhere. I mean, I've seen so many movies and this and that about documentaries about health and lifestyle and everything, that I think enough to where I can make a judgment call, that no one's ever said that when you eat food from right where you're at, and you have relationships with those plants, that your mind will be completely different. This is how they're poisoning every single person on this planet. I mean, this should be like, global news to people. If you're not like fucking awake yet, that you're like, oh, but you can't. Most people cannot have food wherever they're at. They just have to sacrifice and go to the store and pay money and get another chain. So you've got to break these chains. So I've broken all these chains and I'm going, wow, wait a second. I'm I can see a little better than you. I can feel that I have something to share. So that's why I got off my ass lately and decided to come out and say, hey, there's a few things I want to share that you're missing. Everyone's missing it. They're all missing it. If you are not missing it, then please definitely join me, because you might be as smart as myself. And my smartness is said to the world. Like, really, like, I'm just over it. I'm just so over the death culture. I'm so over the everything is being promoted on television and YouTube. It's all to support this death culture. Everything, you see a movie and it might be enjoyable, directed well. Everything. The thing is, it's it's telling our brain that it's okay to do whatever we're doing in the cities, in the world. It just keeps validating insanity. What if we just changed the page on all of this and went back to the earth? I think this is where we're all going. We're all going back to the earth. So I think sooner than later, it's better we get to the earth than to find ourselves in a desperate situation. And who knows what's happening? We're all subject to the beast. I realize that. So if we're going to do something, we're doing it every minute, let's get the breath right. Thanks for listening. I could go on for hours. So please join me if you want to get. So you've gotten this whole video. Now I'm just going to breathe for the next, I don't know, long time, enough to where you enjoy it if you decide to stay longer. All right. I'm just going to breathe, man. In and out. The Jesus breath. This is the second part, baby. And now I'm going to do it. Second part. Shock it and lock it. Shock it and lock it. Every breath. That's the way the Jesus breath goes. Just follow along. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, here we go. I just exhaled and a breath for over 56 seconds. That's right, 56 seconds I made an exhalation. Now I'm breathing in deeper and extending my breath as long as possible. I'm able to do this because I am monitoring each heartbeat. And you can hear the heartbeat as it, in between, as it goes, you can actually hear the pressure of the heart changing the air pressure. This allows for deep, orgasmic, and intoxicating blood pressure to the whole body. See, the body's experiencing actually
orgasmic pleasure that comes from cells awakening. It's like a celebration. It really is. You start to have warm feelings, even cold, chill feelings. You'll feel your tissues awaken. The number one thing that you can do to transform your body and your age is to oxygenate and decarbonize and do a big toxic cleansing. That's what we're doing. We're actually helping our body